Ain't no way you could have made Eva Lee Reynolds believe it was the most joyous time of the year. Not Christmas Eve of 1942. Not when she was crying out in birthing pains.
Out in the cotton field that night. Oh, Lord, where you at tonight? You can come down here and help me tonight if you would.
That's how Mary Lee Reynolds, or May Lee, remembers her oldest sister, Eva Lee, while giving birth to a baby girl named Bernice, a niece that would be raised by her grandmother, Miss Viola Reynolds, and the family.
She was a good teller, because Mama could set something down there and said, don't get it. So she'd go back and touch it again, so Mama had a little switch. She got a good whooping and she didn't go back to that no more.
Enrolled at St. Mary's School at age 5, Bernice proved to be a somewhat smart little gal, making 2 grades in 1 year and a well-disciplined student too.
Mama didn't have no problem, didn't get no awards from the teachers or nothing of the kind.
With the closing of St. Mary's School, Bernice and her schoolmates would be going uptown to Utah Colored School, later renamed Carver, where she continued elementary, junior high, and later graduated high school in 1960. It was the beginning of true womanhood for the niece that Aunt May Lee called slow, or that's what she thought. Did she ever become boy crazy?
Mm-mm.
Well, wait a minute.
She was slow all the time. I can't say what the girls were doing then. They were slipping out the back door.
You think Bernice was?
She had to here come this time.
Here come Jackie.
That's right.
And this man name was?
Oh, Milton Davis.
Milton Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And she married Milton. And although he was working away from Greene County when their firstborn Jackie was pushing her way here, yep, as always, like a good auntie, May Lee was there, trying to console a squealing young mother during childbirth.
Oh, I feel her coming. I feel, Lord, woo-wee. Between my legs was hurting me. Lord, here come that train. I wouldn't care if that train just didn't run over me tonight. Then drive the car up there in the train. I said, you want me to get killed? Lord, let me get over this. I won't never get in this fix no more. They said, well, ain't but one thing I can do to help you, let's throw you up. Well, come on, throw me up right now.
Contrary to her own advice, Bernice gave birth to 2 more girls, and Aunt May Lee's account of each girl's birth remains the same. After a short stint of odd jobs, the young housewife and mother put her school-learned craft to work, giving May Lee bragging rights on her niece.
She was at the Vanity Fair, and she was the best one there on sewing.
This is your niece?
Mm-hmm.
She gave you something to brag about, right?
Well, I'm telling the truth.
Good seamstress and a good housewife.
Okay, she made the children clothes, and they had top clothes. They didn't have no rags.
Meet Webster Buddy Davis, Bernice's daddy. Papa was a Rolling Stone, and he made good on making a baby wherever he laid his hat at the lady's home. And unlike the song, he didn't leave Bernice alone. He gave her some siblings, including a sister, Shirley Faye Davis.
It meant everything to me because being a child that was poverty-stricken somewhat, when I needed something, I could always call Big Sis, and it didn't matter if it was something she had just bought for herself. It was mine to claim.
Having grown up only a few miles away and in different communities, Webster Davis's daughters bonded.
We partied, we churched together, and when we were younger, we were initially in a group called Soul Sisters. And that was a fun club.
I've seen pictures. Tell me about those girls.
And you know, we dressed a lot alike.
The sisters and their husbands, along with their children, were inseparable as one big happy family.
We were with Milton and John. We would take the children on for outings, like to Six Flags over Georgia. We shared many outings with the children, like evenings on Sunday afternoons, we would go to the river, do grill, and we would call each other. All the stores would close in Utah. Wouldn't be no store open, so when we call, say, what you got? And we would share what we had in the house. That's how we did the grilling. It wasn't that we had a place to go and buy the stuff. We bring whatever we had from her house or my house.
Shirley remembers Big Sis Bernice's dedication to her faith.
We would be in attendance at the Primitive Baptist Church, which was Bernice's church that she joined as a teenager, and it was foot washing. I think back on those years as being precious times because we would meet up once a month. Of course, my mother would somewhat drag me into the service because I always said, well, when I get grown, I'm not going to be no Primitive Baptist, because I couldn't believe my sister as a teenager wanted to wash her feet. She was a very devout younger person, to the point that you just wouldn't think at her age at the time that she gave her life to Christ, that she would be so caught up in that kind of a service, because I sure wasn't.
And if you ask yourself, where did the good times go? Sadly, Milton and Bernice would part ways, and now with all grown-up girls, Sonia, the middle daughter, introduced Bernice and Milton to their new role as grandparents to Jerry Jones Jr.
Talk to him, Coon. I ain't got nothing to say to him. He ain't gonna say nothing, he just getting up. Rub his head, do anything. Just don't sit there.
Only in the Bird Bottom could someone be nicknamed Coon.
Chicago, Chicago, that wonderful town. Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you around.
Come 1989, Utah would lose two of its finest citizens to the big city sounds of Chicago after Bernice wedded old high school friend Johnny Elliott, a move that put a sparkle in her eye with twinkling city lights of good times and the joy of a newfound love and life.
I hated for her to go. I really did. That broke me down. But I told her, I don't want you to go. I said, you don't have no folks up there.
Baby, she was in love. She had to go.
I told her, I said, now wait a minute. That ain't the man for you. I told her that.
She didn't listen to you.
No, she didn't.
Married that rascal anyway.
Yes, sure did. And I told Johnny's daddy and his stepmama, I said, it ain't gonna last long as she thinks it's gonna last.
Bernice may have left family far behind, but her southern hospitality, cooking, and love for family and friends followed her up north. Many of us found ourselves taking a hike to Chicago for the holidays just to plant our feet under her table again. And you know she finds comfort in cooking good food.
Started by the cook-off today. That's barbecue sauce. This is the homemade sauce shit.
Tell us what you have here on the stove.
I'm cooking noodles here to make noodles. I have a pot of country peas.
Show us the peas.
Country peas.
What went into the overall preparation?
Of what?
Of all the foods here.
The cook. Most cooks have their own secret that they don't share with other people's.
Mind you, cooking is serious business with this lady. Word to the wise, don't play in her kitchen.
Miss, what did the child do wrong? Hey child, what you do wrong?
I made it too thick.
You made what you thick?
The gravy.
Did you suffer the wrath of Bernice?
Yes, I know she did. There's not much left. All she need to do is pour it in there.
Now boy, she proclaimed that was going to be too much and too thick.
Look how much left.
Give her a hug, make her feel better. Are you going to give her a hug?
In this bowl.
No.
Remember this?
I said, it ain't gonna last as long as she thinks it's gonna last.
She says she's no fortune teller, albeit may be called that one.
Sweet home Alabama.
Bernice was T-Town bound to rejoin family and kindred, never wanting to look back on a house she called home for 10 years and the loving memories of a city, church family, and friends for some 17 years. Sweet home Alabama. Coming back home, that made Maylee happy.
She was my sister's child. And I thought well of her as if she was my child, because I love her. She's my family. I love all of my family.
Well, Maylee, that's a big amen from all of us. Listen to this story of truths. Once upon a time, in a not-so-distant past, there was a little girl from the Bird Bottom, when turned teenager, penned her senior memories book with plans of a job and a husband. That teenager turned young lady was entrusted by God to nurture and raise 3 daughters. Those 3 daughters blessed the seasoned mother with the honor of being a grandmother 5 times. And now, Grandma Bernice has become a great-grandmother to a great-grandson. It's the commandment of honoring one's mother and father that God promises longevity on earth. How does it sound to you that the little baby born on December 24th, 1942, Bernice, is about to be 70 years old? How does that sound to you?
That sounds she did something good somewhere down the line to me.
God bless me. 10.
That's right.
70 years. Remarkable.
Yeah.
I'm coming behind you, big sis. Hope 5 years from now, you'll be doing the same thing for me. Congratulating me for reaching the promise, because that is the promise. So anything above the promise is a plus. So way to go, sis. Hope you have many, many more. God bless.
For Bernice, it's just the beginning of life at 10. God has given you His mercy, grace, and favor. Happy birthday.